Hi everybody, I'm back today to talk to you about some thrifty ways to shop and to save some money. Thrifting is definitely one, recycling the dog harness like I did is another, but there are more ways than that. And one of the most expensive things that we all spend every week, minus maybe gasoline, is our food. And food is always terribly expensive, especially fresh fruits and vegetables. Those can probably be one of the most challenging. So one of the things, if you want to have fresh fruits and vegetables, like I do in my home usually, every week, is to find a way to make those other items in your home less expensive. To watch sales and to buy when they're on sale and to kind of be thrifting about it. I will put down in the info bar a couple of my favorite grocery websites, but I do want to talk to you today just about some tips that I have for that. One of the tips I have is to always get the Sunday paper. The Sunday paper always has, or almost always, will have those coupons for you. Now typically when it comes to a holiday, they will not have coupons in there. I guess they're afraid people are going to use them, but they don't have them. So on those weeks, if you're not getting the paper delivered to your house like I do, then you're going to want to check. If it's a week where they have some really great coupons, you may, in the newspaper, you may want to buy more than one copy. Also, something else to be aware of is that you can go on eBay and actually buy coupons. So if you find that your baby wipes are on sale and you know that you can really stock up and get them, you might want to order them from eBay and get more than what you just initially had. Something you definitely need to look into are I guess the next tip I would have for you is to look at each of the grocery stores around you. Around here it's Publix and Kroger and some of those. Those are like the big ones here in the Nashville area where I am. And what I will do is I will look at their policies. Can I combine coupons? Can I not combine coupons with sales? If I only want one of them, will it charge me the full $3.99 and then do after? That's what Kroger does. Or Publix, if you only buy one, you go ahead and buy it at that half price because they have a lot of BOGO sales, or buy one get one free, and that's what you'll do there. So one of the things you want to do on a Sunday, maybe not Sunday morning, I don't know, it depends on how your week is structured. It might be Wednesday when you do it. You need to keep in mind that other people are doing this, so if you wait too long in the week, all the sale items might be gone, or they might have run low on them at that point. But you want to look at them and kind of compare, okay, what's on sale and what coupons do I have? There are a couple websites that I use. Probably the one I use the most is couponmom.com. It is free to sign up and look on there. It actually doesn't cost anything. Hang on one second. Sorry, cooking while I'm doing this too. Another trick that I have, because typically I cook with my crock pot, because that I find it goes farther, I'll pick up things like these Grill Mates, or this is another lovely marinade mix. I'll use taco seasoning. Marinade mix, along with these others, actually, if you will take maybe a half or a third of a packet, put whatever meat you want in there, put it on low, cover your meat with enough water that it's over it about that far, put the lid on it, put it on low overnight. It will actually make your meat more flavorful. And one of these packets, if you're paying attention when you're at the store, especially this kind, if you pay attention at the store, you can find them where this is $1. So then that would mean that if you bought your chicken on sale and then you bought this on sale, well then you have, like, it costs like 33 cents. If you use a third, it would be like 33 cents for all your seasoning. That's very cheap, and you don't have to mix it up, and they have fun flavors. Of course you can if you want to, but spices are expensive. I was talking about BOGO sales. one of the things you may want to look for, peanut butter is always expensive, but if you pay attention, they will have buy one get one free or half off sales on this fairly frequently. I do not eat a lot of syrup. I have a lifetime supply, I think, at this point. But pancake syrup is something. Another are your drink mixes. Frequently they'll go on sales with coupons. So if you do some of the research, it does take a little legwork. But if you do that, then you actually can save a fair amount. In the times where I have really tried to do it, I've been able to reduce my grocery bill by about half, which is totally worth my time. It leaves, like, let's say your budget for groceries is $50 and you spend $25 on these kind of things in a week. That leaves you $25 a week. Now, if you have, need to stock up on like fresh fruits, veggies, things like that, you now have $25 to do that, which should go a fair amount, a fair ways in the produce department. Of course, during the summer, produce isn't nearly as expensive as in the winter, or that's what I found. But, it does offer you some different variety. Plus, you will find yourself, when you do this, trying out some new items that you wouldn't have otherwise tried and that you really do like. And I have found that to be true. There's some stuff that I think is really gross that I've tried that I will never try again. But I found some things that I really do like. So it's kind of a trial and error. But if you can get it for cheap, you ought to get it in cheap. Also, another thing to look for, and this will be the last thing we talk about, are closeout items. When you go to the grocery store, if you will pay attention, all of these grocery stores will at some point, for some items, and I'm not sure why, I guess they're not popular enough, but they will, they'll close them out. In other words, they won't carry them anymore. And basically the store just wants to get rid of them. So the other day, apple juice, for everybody who knows, is expensive. It is. And I was at Kroger the other day, which is one of the grocery stores I frequent most often. And I came upon this frozen juice, which is Old Orchard 100% juice frozen. Typically, this costs like $1.29, $1.39. I was able to get it for 44 cents a piece, which is an amazing deal. I took everything they had, because when are you going to get juice for 44 cents? I mean, really, that's not going to happen. And frozen juice is not going to go bad. You have to pay attention to your closeout items or your buy one get one frees if you're going to get more things, and make sure it's not going to go bad, because then that's not doing you any good. But look for those closeout items in your grocery store. If it's something like, pasta or canned goods that you use frequently, or like juice, frozen items that are not going to go bad, I would say go ahead and stock up. If you know you like it, like I love apple juice, if you know you like it, if you know you'll drink it or eat it and you'll use it, by all means please do. Something that I do have, I do know and have noticed about the community of, while I've been surfing the web and kind of figuring out how I'm going to make all of my budget work, because my budget is fairly tight, is that I've noticed that sometimes people will buy stuff and they will buy it for their church or for a charity. So they will go in, even if it's not something they use, like let's say body wash is free. You look on Coupon Mom and it's free at, I don't know, at Kroger, at Walgreens, at your local drugstore or grocery store. It's free there with your coupons and your specials, and you can get it. I have bought men's body wash and things like that and then contributed it to like my church or to a men's shelter or to the women's shelter. It's a great way to give back to your community. The company is basically giving you the product. Even if you can't use it, if someone else can and you can pass it along, I think that that's a really nice way to give back to your community, especially when you're not like blessed with an abundance of funds. You're still able to pass that on to somebody else, which is an amazing thing to do. So that's something else to kind of keep in mind as you're going through that process. I think you will find that the people in the thrifting and in the couponing community are fairly friendly. There are some hardcore people out there that will like take all the products and not leave any for anybody else. I personally don't think that that's right, and I'm not good with it. Other than the apple juice, yeah, I took it all. But typically I won't take every bit of it. Typically I will leave some for somebody else because I know that they are going to need it just like I do. So anyways, these are just a few tips. Make sure you get your newspaper. Make sure you pay attention around those holidays when you get your newspaper. Look out for sales and deals like this. Definitely match the sales with the coupons that you already have, and keep your coupons for about 6 months. That's a really good idea. Look for your buy one get one sales at the grocery stores, or even at like your drugstores, your major drugstores. They will have some really good sales too if you'll pay attention. Make sure you're paying attention to that, and look for closeout items. Buy in bulk, you know, when you can, and if you need more coupons, then by all means use eBay or any online source where you can get them. I found that to buy the actual sleeves of the coupons is fairly expensive, so I choose not to do that. Typically, if I want just a particular coupon, it's a lot cheaper for me to buy that particular coupon, but that's up to you. I hope that this helps you a little bit in getting what you need to move forward and to, you know, have some extra food and some extra money on the side. If you're like me, you want to save money here so that you can do other things with it because your budget is tight. So I hope it does that for you, and I will talk to you later. Bye.